Have you ever noticed how some days your legs just don't seem to have the strength they used to? Or maybe you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night more often than before, wondering why restful sleep feels out of reach. These little changes might feel like just part of getting older, something everyone quietly accepts. But what if I told you it's not always just aging? What if these quiet signs are your body's way of sending a message, a gentle alarm you don't want to ignore? Many of us brush off these subtle symptoms because they seem so small, a bit of tiredness here, a forgotten name there. Yet, these are often the early whispers of health troubles that, if caught early, can make a big difference in how you feel and live your life. In this video, we'll explore 10 of these silent symptoms that older adults frequently experience but rarely talk about. By understanding them, you can take control, protect your health, and enjoy your golden years with more confidence and peace of mind. So, stay with me, because at the end, I'll share the most important habit you can start today to listen to your body and stay strong. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Persistent unexplained fatigue. Have you ever found yourself pausing halfway up the stairs, breathless and wondering when the simple things got so hard? Maybe you sit down with a cup of coffee, only to realize you still feel worn out, even after a full night's sleep. Fatigue becomes a quiet companion. So familiar, so constant, that you almost stop noticing it's there. Friends might mention how you seem a little more tired lately, or maybe you laugh it off, blaming it on just getting older. After all, isn't tiredness something that simply comes with the territory after 65? But what if that's not the whole story? What if being tired all the time isn't something you have to accept? It's easy to believe that this steady drain on your energy is just a normal part of aging, but sometimes, persistent fatigue is your body's way of waving a red flag. Could it be trying to tell you something important, something you shouldn't ignore? Let's take a closer look. While growing older can bring changes to our bodies, persistent, unexplained fatigue isn't something to brush off as just age. There's a real difference between feeling tired after a busy day or a long walk with the grandkids, and feeling so weary that even small chores seem overwhelming. Science shows that lasting fatigue can sometimes signal underlying health issues, especially in older adults. For example, anemia is one of the most common causes of ongoing fatigue in seniors. This happens when your blood doesn't have enough healthy red blood cells to carry oxygen, making your muscles and brain work harder just to keep up. The result? You feel drained, foggy, and slow. Heart problems, too, can sneak up quietly, with tiredness often showing up before any chest pain or shortness of breath. Even low thyroid function or undiagnosed diabetes can cause a nagging sense of exhaustion that just won't quit. Sometimes, fatigue can even be the first sign of infections or chronic inflammation, hiding beneath the surface. And let's not forget about sleep quality, sometimes interrupted by pain, worry, or the need to use the bathroom more at night. So what can you do if you find yourself living in a cloud of unexplained tiredness? The first step is gentle awareness, tuning into your body and being honest with yourself about how often you feel drained. It's helpful to keep a simple fatigue diary. Jot down how you're feeling each morning and evening for a week or two. Notice if your tiredness seems to follow a pattern, or if it's getting worse over time. Next, don't hesitate to talk with your doctor, even if you think it's nothing serious. Bring your notes and describe exactly what you're experiencing, not just "I'm tired," but "I can't finish my usual walk," or "I wake up feeling exhausted, even when I sleep enough." Your healthcare provider can check for things like anemia, thyroid issues, infections, or hidden heart concerns with a few simple tests. Sometimes, a medication you've taken for years could also be sapping your energy. Of course, there are everyday steps you can try at home. Make sure you're eating a well-balanced diet rich in iron, vitamin B12, and enough calories. Hydration matters, too. Water helps your body deliver nutrients and keep energy flowing. If your fatigue is partly emotional, remember that staying socially connected and keeping your mind active is as important as any vitamin or medicine. Let me share a quick story. There's a woman named Shirley, living just outside Chicago. At 74, she prided herself on being active, but last winter, she found herself dozing off during her favorite shows and skipping her afternoon walks. At first, she chalked it up to cold weather and just getting older. But as the weeks rolled by, Shirley's tiredness grew. Her daughter urged her to see a doctor. After some simple blood tests, Shirley learned she was anemic and had a vitamin B12 deficiency. With a few dietary changes and supplements, plus a little patience, Shirley got her spark back. She's walking her dog again and hasn't missed bingo in months. If Shirley's story sounds familiar, let it be a gentle nudge. Persistent fatigue isn't something you just have to accept, and it's not a sign of weakness. In listening to these quiet messages from your body is an act of strength and self-care. You've spent a lifetime looking after others. Now it's time to honor your well-being. So, if tiredness keeps knocking at your door, don't ignore it. Start a conversation with your loved ones, with your doctor, and with yourself. Every day is an opportunity to reclaim your energy and rediscover the simple joys that make life meaningful. You deserve to feel vibrant, strong, and awake to all the good moments still waiting ahead. 2. Sudden unintentional weight loss. Have you noticed your favorite jeans fitting a little looser, or maybe the bathroom scale quietly dropping, even though you haven't made any big changes to your eating or exercise habits? For many older adults, these subtle weight shifts can seem like a blessing. After all, society is always talking about the dangers of being overweight. But as we get older, losing weight without trying is not always a good sign. Sometimes it's the body's way of whispering that something needs your attention. It's easy to shrug off the pounds that melt away. Maybe I just haven't had much of an appetite lately, you might think, or it's probably just part of getting older. But let's pause for a moment and ask a different question. What if unintentional weight loss after 65 isn't normal at all? What if, instead of being a sign of healthy aging, it's a silent alarm bell your body is sounding? Here's the truth. Sudden, unexplained weight loss is a red flag in older adults. While it can feel less concerning than gaining weight, for seniors, losing even 5% of your body weight in a matter of months, without any intentional changes, can be a sign that something deeper is going on. Medical studies show that unintended weight loss can be one of the earliest symptoms of a range of conditions, from undiagnosed diabetes, thyroid problems, digestive disorders, and depression, to more serious issues like cancer or chronic infections. Even small, steady weight loss can mean your body isn't absorbing nutrients as well, your metabolism has shifted, or you have an underlying health issue quietly draining your strength. Let's break it down a little more. Our bodies are remarkably smart. Especially as we get older, they tend to conserve energy and adapt. So, when you start losing weight without trying, it could mean your body is fighting something beneath the surface. For instance, some cancers, especially those of the stomach, colon, or lungs, first show up as a slow, steady weight loss before other symptoms appear. Digestive conditions like celiac disease or inflammatory bowel disease can make it hard for your body to soak up calories and nutrients. So even if you're eating the same as always, you're slowly running on empty. An overactive thyroid can speed up your metabolism, burning through energy faster than you can replace it. And then there's depression, a very real, often hidden issue for older adults, which can sap appetite and energy without any obvious sadness. So, what should you do if the number on the scale keeps slipping down for no clear reason? First, be honest with yourself. Track your weight once a week, and make note of any patterns. Sometimes it helps to keep a simple journal about what you're eating and how you're feeling. If you've lost more than 5 pounds in a few months, or you're eating less but don't know why, don't hesitate to call your doctor. Bring your notes and share any other changes, even if they seem minor, like changes in appetite, digestion, or mood. At home, Focus on eating regular, balanced meals, even if your appetite is low. Try small, frequent snacks that are rich in protein and healthy fats, like nut butter on toast, Greek yogurt, or a handful of nuts and dried fruit. Stay hydrated. Sometimes thirst masks itself as a lack of appetite. And most importantly, don't be afraid to reach out to loved ones or friends for support, whether it's sharing a meal or talking about how you've been feeling. Simple changes, like eating with company or adding a daily walk, can gently boost your appetite and mood. Let me tell you about Bill, an 80-year-old Navy veteran who lives in a quiet suburb outside Detroit. Last fall, Bill's daughter noticed he was swimming in his favorite flannel shirts. He dropped nearly 10 pounds without even noticing. He blamed it on getting older, but his daughter persuaded him to see his doctor. After some tests, Bill learned he had a small ulcer in his stomach, causing his body to work overtime and burn through calories. With treatment, a few dietary tweaks, and a little extra care, Bill gained back his strength and rediscovered his love for Saturday morning pancakes with his grandkids. If you see yourself in Bill's story, remember, losing weight without trying is not something you should ever ignore. You've spent years looking after others. Now it's your turn to pay attention to the quiet signals your own body is sending. Taking action isn't about being afraid. It's about giving yourself the best chance to stay strong, independent, and able to enjoy all the moments you've earned. You deserve to feel steady, nourished, and supported at every stage of life. So if the pounds start slipping away, don't brush it off. Reach out, investigate, and take those small steps that protect your future. Your health is worth it every single day. 3. Changes in mood, persistent sadness or depression. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Have you ever caught yourself feeling a heaviness in your chest that doesn't seem to lift, even on days filled with sunshine or visits from loved ones? Maybe you find that activities you once enjoyed, whether it's gardening, reading, or chatting with friends, no longer bring the same joy. These moments of sadness or low mood are common experiences, but when they linger and grow, they can quietly change the way you see the world and yourself. For many older adults, this isn't just the blues or a part of getting older. It's something deeper that often goes unspoken: persistent sadness or depression. It's easy to think that feeling down or withdrawn is just something everyone faces as they age. But what if that assumption is holding you back from finding true relief? What if, instead of accepting these feelings as normal, you could recognize them as a signal that deserves care and attention? The truth is that depression in later life is common but often misunderstood and overlooked. It's not a weakness or something to be ashamed of. It's a real health condition, and you're not alone in facing it. So why does depression often fly under the radar for older adults? Part of the challenge is that its symptoms don't always look like what we expect. Instead of crying or feeling dramatically sad, many seniors experience fatigue, irritability, or a loss of interest in everyday activities. Sometimes, depression shows up as physical complaints, aches, changes in appetite, or sleep troubles, which can be mistaken for just getting older. Yet science tells us that depression affects the brain's chemistry, altering mood and motivation, and can be triggered by many factors common in later life. Chronic illness, loss of loved ones, social isolation, or even medication side effects. Understanding this, what can you do if you recognize these feelings in yourself or someone you care about? The first and most important step is acknowledging your feelings without judgment. It's okay not to feel okay. Opening up to trusted family, friends, or healthcare providers can bring relief and support. You don't have to carry the weight alone. Sometimes, just sharing your story can lift a burden and begin the path to healing. There are also simple, everyday habits that can gently brighten your mood over time. Regular physical activity, even a short daily walk, releases natural mood boosters called endorphins. Keeping connected socially, whether through phone calls, community groups, or church activities, reminds us we belong and matter. Engaging your mind with hobbies, puzzles, or volunteering can spark purpose and joy. And don't underestimate the power of routine. Consistent sleep, balanced meals, and small goals create a foundation for emotional wellness. Let me share a story about Margaret, a 78-year-old retired teacher from Seattle. After losing her husband, Margaret found herself slipping into a quiet sadness. She stopped going to her weekly bridge club and rarely answered phone calls. Her daughter noticed the change and gently encouraged her to see her doctor. With professional support and some lifestyle changes, Margaret slowly rekindled old friendships and started volunteering at a local library. She told me, "I didn't realize how much I needed to talk and to be around people again. It's like a fog lifted." If you see your feelings reflected in Margaret's story, remember, sadness that lingers is not something you have to accept as your new normal. Seeking help, whether through conversation, counseling, or medication, can open doors to brighter days. And every small step toward connection and care is a victory worth celebrating. You faced challenges and changes throughout your life with strength and resilience. Now, as you navigate this chapter, know that it's okay to ask for support and to nurture your emotional health. Your feelings matter, and taking care of your heart and mind is just as important as caring for your body. So if you've been carrying this quiet sadness, take heart. There is hope, there is help, and there are brighter moments waiting for you. You deserve a life filled with warmth, laughter, and peace, and that journey can begin with one gentle step. 4. Shortness of breath or fatigue with mild activity. Have you ever noticed that climbing just a few steps or walking to the mailbox leaves you unexpectedly winded? Maybe you find yourself pausing more often during a stroll in the park, feeling your chest tighten or your legs grow weak faster than they used to. It's tempting to write off these moments as just part of getting older or the natural result of slowing down. After all, who hasn't felt out of breath now and then? But what if these breathless episodes and sudden tiredness during even light activity are not just normal aging, but signs that your body is asking for help? It's easy to think, "I'm simply not as active as I once was," and assume that's the reason for the shortness of breath or fatigue. But what if the real cause lies deeper? What if your heart or lungs are struggling quietly in the background, making even gentle movements feel like a heavy lift? Recognizing that this isn't just about being less fit but could signal a health issue is an important shift in perspective. Shortness of breath, called dyspnea by doctors, is surprisingly common among older adults, but it's not something you have to accept as normal. Many conditions can cause this sensation: heart disease, chronic lung diseases like COPD, anemia, or even low levels of physical conditioning after illness or injury. When the heart can't pump blood effectively, or the lungs can't deliver enough oxygen, your body compensates by making you breathe faster and feel tired quickly. Even anemia, a shortage of healthy red blood cells, means less oxygen reaches your muscles and brain, leading to early exhaustion. Sometimes, medications or sleep disorders can contribute to these symptoms as well. So what can you do if walking to the garden or carrying groceries leaves you short of breath or exhausted? First, pay attention and track your symptoms. Notice when you feel breathless. Is it after climbing stairs, during household chores, or while resting? Keep a simple journal of how often it happens, how long it lasts, and whether anything makes it better or worse. This information will be invaluable when you speak with your doctor. Don't hesitate to schedule a checkup and share these observations. Your healthcare provider can perform tests like lung function measurements, blood tests, or heart monitoring to uncover any hidden problems. Sometimes, early diagnosis makes all the difference in managing the condition effectively and improving quality of life. At home, gentle and consistent movement can help rebuild strength and lung capacity, but it's important to start slowly and listen to your body. Simple activities like seated leg lifts, short walks around the block, or stretching can gradually increase your endurance without overwhelming you. Breathing exercises, like pursed lip breathing, can also help you manage episodes of breathlessness and reduce the anxiety that may come with it. And if you smoke, quitting is one of the best things you can do to protect your lungs. Let me share a story about George, a 76-year-old retired mechanic from Ohio. George began noticing that he couldn't keep up with his grandchildren during their weekend visits. He felt tired and short of breath after mowing the lawn, a task he'd done for decades without trouble. At first, he brushed it off, thinking it was just because he was getting older. But when he started waking up breathless at night, his daughter convinced him to see a doctor. Tests showed early signs of heart failure and mild COPD. With medication, lifestyle adjustments, and a tailored exercise plan, George gradually regained his stamina. Now, he enjoys playing catch with his grandkids again, something he thought was lost for good. If you recognize these symptoms in yourself, remember that feeling breathless and fatigued during mild activity isn't something you should simply accept. It's a sign that your body needs attention and care. You have the power to seek help, find solutions, and reclaim your energy. You've faced challenges before and found ways to keep going strong. This is just another step on your journey, one where listening to your body and acting early can make a world of difference. Taking care of your heart and lungs means more moments of laughter, connection, and joy with the people you love. So if climbing stairs or walking a short distance leaves you feeling breathless, don't ignore it. Reach out, get checked, and take small steps toward building your strength back. Your body is worth the care, and your life is worth every breath. 5. Joint pain or swelling without clear cause. Have you ever woken up with a stiff knee or a swollen finger and wondered why? Maybe you noticed that after sitting for a while, your joints feel achy or swollen without any obvious injury or strain. It's a common experience for many older adults. Joints that protest more than they used to, making everyday tasks like opening a jar, gardening, or simply getting out of a chair feel challenging. Often, we accept this discomfort as just part of getting older, something unavoidable and something we have to live with. But is it something to simply accept? What if the joint pain and swelling you're feeling aren't just random aches or signs of aging but could be clues pointing to treatable health issues? What if understanding what's happening inside your body could help you regain comfort and mobility, instead of suffering in silence? These questions matter because not all joint pain is the same, and the causes can vary widely. Joint pain and swelling without a clear cause can stem from several conditions common among seniors. Osteoarthritis, often called wear and tear arthritis, is one possibility. It happens when the cartilage cushioning your joints gradually breaks down. But other causes can be more complex, like rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune disease where your immune system mistakenly attacks your joints, causing inflammation and swelling. Sometimes, joint pain could be a sign of gout, an inflammatory condition caused by crystal buildup, or even infections that need prompt treatment. Understanding these differences is important because treatments vary. For instance, osteoarthritis might improve with gentle exercise and weight management, while rheumatoid arthritis often requires medication to control inflammation and prevent joint damage. Ignoring persistent joint swelling and pain can lead to more stiffness and loss of mobility, affecting your independence and quality of life. So, what can you do if your joints hurt or swell without a clear reason? First, pay close attention to your symptoms. Note when the pain occurs. Is it worse in the morning or after activity? Are your joints red, warm, or visibly swollen? Do you have any other symptoms like fatigue or fever? These details help your doctor make a clear diagnosis. Don't hesitate to seek medical advice. A simple blood test or imaging study like an X-ray can reveal what's causing your joint problems. Early diagnosis can mean better management and less pain. At home, some gentle habits can also ease discomfort. Regular low-impact exercises, such as swimming or walking, help keep joints flexible. Applying warm compresses can soothe stiffness, while cold packs reduce swelling. Maintaining a healthy weight reduces pressure on your joints and improves mobility. Let me share a story about Helen, a 72-year-old retired librarian from Portland. Helen loved hiking and spending time with her grandchildren, but joint pain in her hands and knees started making those activities difficult. At first, She thought it was just old age catching up, but the swelling in her fingers and morning stiffness worried her daughter. After seeing a rheumatologist, Helen was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. With medication, physical therapy, and lifestyle changes, Helen found relief. She now enjoys hiking again, feeling stronger and more hopeful than she had in years. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. If Helen's journey sounds familiar, remember, joint pain and swelling are signals from your body, not things to ignore. You deserve to move freely and live without the shadow of discomfort holding you back. You've lived a life full of challenges and triumphs. This is just another chapter where understanding and care can make all the difference. Taking charge of your joint health means more days filled with the activities you love and less time spent sidelined by pain. So if you notice your joints aching or swelling without explanation, take it seriously. Reach out to your healthcare provider, learn what your body needs, and start small steps toward relief and strength. Your body is your lifelong companion. Treat it with the kindness and respect it deserves. 6. Changes in urination or bowel habits. Have you ever noticed that you're rushing to the bathroom more often than before, or maybe struggling with unexpected leaks or discomfort when you go? Perhaps you find that your usual bathroom routine has changed. Maybe you're going more frequently at night, or sometimes you feel constipated when before everything was regular. These changes can feel embarrassing or frustrating, so many people quietly accept them as a normal part of aging. After all, it's not something we usually talk about openly, right? But what if these shifts in urination or bowel habits are not just normal, but important signs your body is trying to share? It's common to assume that changes in bathroom habits are just part of getting older, or maybe the result of having a smaller bladder or weaker muscles. But what if there's more to it? What if these symptoms point to something that can be managed or treated, helping you regain control and comfort? The truth is that these changes are often overlooked, yet they can signal underlying health conditions that deserve attention. Let's talk about why these changes happen. As we age, our bodies naturally undergo shifts. The muscles that control the bladder and bowel may weaken, causing urgency or leaks. Prostate enlargement in men can lead to frequent urination or difficulty emptying the bladder. Infections, sometimes silent, can irritate the urinary tract and cause discomfort or urgency. Constipation may arise from medications, diet, or reduced activity. More serious causes, like diabetes or neurological conditions, can also affect bladder and bowel function. Recognizing these signs is crucial because they impact quality of life, sleep, and even social activities. Left untreated, they can lead to infections, skin issues, or isolation from fear of accidents. But the good news is many treatments and lifestyle changes can help. What can you do if you're experiencing these changes? Start by paying attention to your symptoms. Keep a simple diary noting how often you go, any urgency or discomfort, and any accidents. Notice patterns. Do symptoms worsen after drinking certain fluids or during particular times? Share this information with your healthcare provider. They can perform tests to identify infections, prostate issues, or other causes. At home, small changes can make a big difference. Try scheduling bathroom visits to prevent urgency, avoid caffeine and alcohol that irritate the bladder, and eat a fiber-rich diet with plenty of water to ease constipation. Pelvic floor exercises, sometimes called Kegels, can strengthen muscles and improve control. If medications are causing problems, discuss alternatives with your doctor. Let me tell you about Bob, a 75-year-old retired teacher from Arizona. Bob began noticing he was waking several times at night to urinate, disrupting his sleep and making him tired during the day. He was embarrassed and hesitant to talk about it, but when his son gently suggested he see a doctor, Bob took the step. Tests showed an enlarged prostate, a common condition in men his age. With treatment and lifestyle adjustments, Bob's nighttime trips were reduced, and he felt more rested and confident. He now enjoys his mornings walking his dog without rushing back to the house. If Bob's story sounds familiar, remember, changes in urination or bowel habits are signals from your body, not something to ignore or feel ashamed of. You deserve to feel in control and comfortable in your daily life. You've managed many changes throughout your life with courage and wisdom. This is just another moment to listen carefully and take action. Seeking help, learning about your body, and making small changes can lead to a better quality of life. So, if you've noticed these shifts, don't wait. Reach out to your healthcare provider, start tracking your symptoms, and explore the many ways to improve your comfort and confidence. Your well-being matters every step of the way. 7. Memory or concentration problems. Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you came in? Or did you find yourself struggling to recall a familiar name or the details of a story you just heard? Maybe focusing on a simple task feels harder than it used to, and your mind seems to wander more often. These moments can be frustrating, even a little scary, and many of us simply chalk them up to getting older. It feels almost like a rite of passage, misplacing keys, forgetting appointments, or losing track of conversations. But what if these memory slips and concentration difficulties are more than just normal aging? What if they're signs your brain is trying to tell you something important? It's natural to think everyone forgets things sometimes, and to assume these changes are just part of growing older. But let's ask a new question. How can we tell the difference between normal forgetfulness and something that needs attention? Understanding this distinction is key because some memory problems can be early clues to conditions like mild cognitive impairment or dementia. Conditions that don't have to define your life if caught early and managed well. The brain, like any other part of the body, changes as we age. Some slowing down in processing speed or short-term memory is normal. However, when memory loss becomes frequent, when it interferes with daily life, or when concentration problems make routine tasks challenging, it may signal a deeper issue. Causes can range from medication side effects, vitamin deficiencies, depression, and sleep problems, to more serious conditions like Alzheimer's disease. One important thing to remember is that the brain thrives on challenge and stimulation. Keeping your mind active, engaging in social activities, eating a balanced diet rich in antioxidants, and regular exercise can all support brain health. Sometimes, managing underlying medical conditions or adjusting medications can improve concentration and memory as well. What can you do if you notice these changes in yourself or a loved one? First, be gentle with yourself. Everyone's brain works differently, and occasional forgetfulness doesn't mean something is wrong. But if you feel worried, it's wise to discuss your concerns with a healthcare provider. They can run simple tests to evaluate memory and thinking skills and rule out treatable causes. Early diagnosis opens the door to strategies and treatments that can slow progression and improve quality of life. Let me tell you about Alice, a vibrant 70-year-old grandmother from Minnesota. Alice loved knitting and hosting family dinners, but she began forgetting appointments and getting lost in familiar neighborhoods. At first, she was embarrassed and kept it to herself. Her daughter encouraged her to see a doctor, and after a thorough checkup, Alice was diagnosed with mild cognitive impairment. With a personalized plan including brain exercises, medication, and lifestyle changes, Alice felt empowered. She still hosts dinners and has even started a community knitting group to keep her mind and heart engaged. If Alice's story resonates with you, remember that noticing changes and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. You deserve support and care that respects your dignity and wishes. You've navigated countless challenges in your life with courage and wisdom. Now, as you face changes in memory or focus, know that you're not alone. There are resources, people, and strategies to help you maintain your independence and joy. So if you're noticing memory slips or difficulty concentrating, take heart. Talk to someone you trust, explore your options, and keep nurturing your brain with curiosity and kindness. Your mind is a lifelong companion. Treat it with the care it deserves. 8. Sleep changes. Difficulty sleeping or oversleeping. Have you ever found yourself lying awake in the quiet hours of the night, staring at the ceiling while your mind races? Or perhaps you wake up earlier than usual, unable to drift back to sleep no matter how tired you feel. Maybe some days you find yourself sleeping longer than before, yet still waking up feeling exhausted. Changes in sleep patterns like these are common as we get older, and many people accept them as just part of aging. But what if these shifts in your sleep are clues your body and mind are trying to share? It's easy to think, I'm just getting older, so my sleep won't be the same, and believe that restless nights or daytime drowsiness are something you must live with. But what if this isn't the whole story? What if these changes are signaling something that deserves your attention? Understanding your sleep patterns can be a key to better health, mood, and energy. Sleep isn't just about rest. It's a vital time when your body repairs tissues, your brain processes memories, and your immune system strengthens. As we age, it's natural for sleep to become lighter and more fragmented. However, persistent difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, or excessive daytime sleepiness can be linked to conditions like insomnia, sleep apnea, restless leg syndrome, or depression. Sometimes medications or pain can interfere with restful sleep. Poor sleep can affect concentration, mood, and even heart health, making it more than just an inconvenience. So what can you do if you're struggling with your sleep? First, paying attention to your sleep habits can help. Try keeping a sleep diary for a couple of weeks. Note when you go to bed, how long it takes to fall asleep, any nighttime awakenings, and how you feel in the morning. Small changes in routine can make a big difference. Sticking to a consistent bedtime, avoiding caffeine and heavy meals before sleep, and creating a calm, comfortable sleeping environment. Gentle relaxation techniques before bed, like reading, listening to soft music, or practicing deep breathing, can help ease your mind. If you suspect sleep apnea, characterized by loud snoring or pauses in breathing, talk to your doctor, as treatment can greatly improve your quality of life. Regular daytime activity and exposure to natural light also support healthy sleep cycles. Let me share the story of Susan, a 68-year-old retired nurse from Florida. Susan used to wake up multiple times during the night and felt tired all day. She thought it was just getting older, until a friend suggested she see a sleep specialist. Susan learned she had mild sleep apnea and started treatment. She also began a relaxing bedtime routine with herbal tea and gentle stretches. Within weeks, Susan noticed she slept more soundly and woke up refreshed, ready to enjoy her mornings again. If Susan's experience feels familiar, remember that changes in sleep are signals worth listening to, not inevitable burdens to carry silently. Taking small steps toward better sleep can renew your energy, lift your spirits, and support your overall well-being. You've cared for yourself and others through many seasons of life. Now, as your sleep patterns shift, permit yourself to explore ways to rest better. Your nights are precious, and so are the days they prepare you for. So if you find yourself tossing and turning, waking too early, or sleeping too much, don't hesitate to seek support. Talk to your doctor, try gentle habits, and cherish the chance to wake up refreshed and ready for whatever the day brings. Your restful nights and bright mornings are worth every effort. 9. Chest pain or discomfort. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Have you ever felt a tightness or pressure in your chest that made you pause, take a deep breath, or wonder if something was wrong? Maybe it came on suddenly during a walk or even while resting quietly at home. Chest pain or discomfort can be frightening, but many people hesitate to talk about it, especially older adults who might think it's just part of aging or a normal ache. But what if chest pain is more than just an inconvenience or something to ignore? What if it's your body's urgent way of telling you that it needs help? It's easy to assume that chest discomfort will always be dramatic or sudden, a heart attack on the spot. But what if the pain you feel is subtle or different from what you expect? Sometimes, chest pain can be mild, brief, or appear as a strange pressure or tightness rather than a sharp pain. These silent or unusual signs are important to recognize, especially for seniors, because they can signal serious heart problems that need prompt attention. The heart is a hard-working organ that pumps blood throughout your body every minute of your life. When the arteries supplying the heart muscle get narrowed or blocked, the heart doesn't get enough oxygen-rich blood, causing pain called angina. This can feel like heaviness, squeezing, or discomfort in the chest, sometimes spreading to the arms, neck, or jaw. Other causes of chest pain can include inflammation of the heart lining, lung problems, or even digestive issues like acid reflux. But heart-related chest pain is always a red flag that shouldn't be ignored. If you experience chest pain or discomfort, even if it's mild or comes and goes, it's important to listen closely and seek medical care promptly. Early diagnosis and treatment can prevent more serious events like heart attacks and improve your quality of life. Your doctor may recommend tests like an EKG, stress test, or blood work to understand what's happening. At home, managing risk factors can protect your heart. Maintaining a healthy diet low in saturated fats and salt, staying physically active as recommended, quitting smoking, and managing conditions like high blood pressure and diabetes all help keep your heart strong. Stress management and regular checkups also play a key role. Let me share a story about George, a 79-year-old retired engineer from Michigan. George noticed a tight feeling in his chest when he climbed stairs or carried groceries. He thought it was just old age or being out of shape, but his wife encouraged him to see their family doctor. Tests revealed he had coronary artery disease. With medication, lifestyle changes, and support, George regained his energy and now enjoys long walks with his grandchildren. He says, "Listening to my body saved me." If George's experience sounds familiar, remember, chest pain or discomfort is never something to brush aside or feel embarrassed about. Your body is giving you vital information. Responding quickly is a sign of strength and self-care. You've taken on many challenges throughout your life, and this is another opportunity to honor your health and well-being. Taking care of your heart means more time for the people and activities you love. So if you feel any chest discomfort, even if it's mild or unusual, don't wait. Reach out for help, get checked, and take steps to protect your heart. Your life and your loved ones are worth every moment you invest in your health. 10. Sudden changes in vision or hearing. Have you ever noticed that your eyesight suddenly feels blurry, or you find yourself asking people to repeat what they said more often than before? Maybe you're struggling to read your favorite book or catch the words on your favorite TV show. These changes in vision or hearing can feel frustrating and isolating, and many people quietly accept them as just part of growing older. But what if these sudden shifts aren't something you just have to live with? What if they are important signals from your body that deserve your attention? It's easy to assume that gradual changes in sight or hearing are simply normal aging, and often they are. But sudden or rapid changes can be a sign of something more serious, and recognizing the difference is key. What if you could take action early to protect your senses and your independence? Vision and hearing are essential senses that help us connect with the world and the people we love. When these senses change suddenly, it can impact not just what you see and hear, but your confidence, safety, and quality of life. Conditions like cataracts, glaucoma, macular degeneration, or retinal detachment can cause vision to change quickly. On the hearing side, sudden loss might be caused by infections, earwax buildup, or more serious issues like sudden sensory neural hearing loss. When vision or hearing changes suddenly, it's important to take it seriously. Sudden vision loss or flashes of light require urgent medical attention to prevent permanent damage. Likewise, unexplained hearing loss should prompt a timely visit to an audiologist or ENT specialist. Simple steps can help manage these changes and maintain your quality of life. Regular eye exams and hearing tests are critical, even if you feel fine most of the time. Using prescription glasses or hearing aids properly can dramatically improve daily functioning and reduce feelings of isolation. Protecting your eyes and ears from injury, managing chronic conditions like diabetes, and maintaining a healthy lifestyle support your sensory health. Let me share a story about Karen, a lively 73-year-old retired schoolteacher from Colorado. Karen started noticing that she was missing parts of conversations and having trouble reading street signs while driving. At first, she felt embarrassed and avoided social gatherings. After a thorough checkup, she was fitted with new hearing aids and received treatment for early cataracts. With these changes, Karen regained her confidence and joy. She now enjoys book clubs and weekly walks with friends without hesitation. If Karen's story feels familiar, remember that sudden changes in vision or hearing are not just inconveniences, they are important messages from your body. Taking action means you're valuing your independence and your connection with the world. You faced life's ups and downs with resilience and grace, and now it's time to care for your senses that keep you engaged and active. Early attention and care can keep your world bright and full of sound. So, if you notice sudden shifts in your vision or hearing, don't wait. Reach out to your healthcare providers, get the tests you need, and explore the solutions available. Your ability to see and hear the beauty of life is worth every effort. As we come to the end of this journey together, remember that your body is always speaking to you, sometimes in quiet, subtle ways. Those silent symptoms we talked about today, persistent fatigue, unintentional weight loss, changes in mood, shortness of breath, joint pain, shifts in bathroom habits, memory struggles, sleep troubles, chest discomfort, and sudden changes in your vision or hearing, are not just part of getting older. They are important messages and signals asking for your attention and care. You have spent a lifetime caring for others, navigating countless challenges with courage and grace. Now, it's time to honor yourself by listening carefully to what your body needs. Early recognition and gentle action can make all the difference in maintaining your independence, your energy, and your joy. Don't be afraid to reach out to your doctor, your family, or friends. Share your experiences, ask questions, and seek the support that will help you thrive. Small steps, like scheduling a checkup, tracking your symptoms, or making simple lifestyle changes, can lead to big improvements. You deserve to live your golden years with strength, comfort, and peace of mind. Taking care of yourself is not just a necessity, it's a gift you give to yourself and to those who love you. Thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found this video helpful, please share it with others who might benefit, and don't forget to comment below on one thing you learned and plan to put into practice. Your journey to better health and well-being continues, and I'm honored to walk alongside you.